It's 2 in the morning. Tom, my husband of 44 years, is sleeping right beside me. The house is completely quiet. The only sound I can hear is the hum of the refrigerator downstairs. My body is exhausted. My eyes are burning, and I am begging for sleep. But my brain is wide awake. It's replaying a conversation I had with my daughter 3 days ago. It's worrying about a doctor's appointment next week. It's making grocery lists I don't need at 2 in the morning. Does that sound familiar? If you're nodding right now, I want you to know something important. You are not broken, and you are absolutely not alone. My name is Susan Miller. I'm 68 years old. I live in Boulder, Colorado with my husband Tom, and I am a grandmother of 4. And for years, I could not sleep. Here's the part that made it even worse. I spent 31 years working as an ICU nurse. I held the hands of strangers in their worst moments. I understood blood pressure, cortisol, melatonin, the nervous system. I saw every single day what happens to a body that isn't taken care of. And still, I could not control my own sleep. There's something almost humiliating about that, knowing exactly what your body needs and not being able to give it to yourself. By the time I was 64, I had chronic fatigue that didn't go away even after 8 hours in bed. High blood pressure my doctor kept adjusting medications for. An osteoporosis diagnosis that stopped me cold. And a body that felt old in a way I hadn't expected. The osteoporosis was the turning point. Not because I was afraid of dying, but because I looked at myself in the mirror in that doctor's office and thought, I spent 31 years helping other people heal. I never once learned how to take care of myself. And then something happened that changed everything. My granddaughter Emma, she was 6 years old, asked me to teach her how to garden. It's my greatest joy, has been for decades. I went to kneel down to plant a seedling, and I couldn't get back up without pressing both hands flat on the ground. Emma looked at me with that brutal honesty that only a 6-year-old has, and she asked, "Grandma, does it hurt to be old?" I went to the bathroom, closed the door, and cried. And then I made a decision. No 6-year-old was ever going to feel sorry for me again. Maybe you know this feeling. Maybe you spent your whole life taking care of everyone else. Your children, your husband, your parents. And somewhere along the way, you ended up last on the list. You knew what you should be doing. You just never did it for yourself. And now you're lying in bed at 2 in the morning, your body exhausted, your mind running, wondering if it's too late to change any of this. I'm here to tell you, it is not too late. I know because I started at 64. So I began researching, testing, trying things. Not strong sleeping pills that left me groggy and unsteady the next morning. Not expensive gadgets. Small techniques that speak the language of your nervous system, that teach your body, gently, how to let go. Today I want to share 5 techniques that genuinely changed my nights after 60. The first thing I learned was almost embarrassingly simple. It wasn't a pill. It wasn't supplement, it was my breath. I know what you're thinking. Susan, I know how to breathe. I've been doing it for 68 years. But this is different. This is a specific rhythm called the 4-7-8 method. When you can't sleep, your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode. Your heart is beating a little too fast. Your mind is on alert. You cannot force yourself to sleep with willpower, but you can force your nervous system to shift gears by changing how you breathe. When your exhale is longer than your inhale, you physically flip a switch in your brain that says, "We are safe, we can relax." Here is exactly how to do it. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. Keep it there the whole time. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a gentle whooshing sound. Close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8. Let's do it together right now. Close your mouth. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through your mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do 4 cycles of this in bed tonight. By the 4th exhale, you will feel your heart rate drop. On nights when I wake at 3 a.m., I don't look at the clock. I just start breathing. The second thing I discovered was that my body was holding tension I didn't even know about. I'd lie down, feel the pillow, the blanket, the mattress, and still feel restless, uncomfortable, like I just couldn't settle. That's because even when we lie down, we carry tension in our muscles subconsciously. I was clenching my jaw without realizing it, gripping my shoulders without knowing. Decades of ICU stress stored silently in my body. Progressive muscle relaxation dissolves that tension deliberately. You can't relax a muscle you don't realize is tight. So we create the tension first, and then we release it. Start with your feet. Curl your toes downward, hard. Squeeze your calves, hold it, and release. Let your feet fall open. Feel the blood return. Move to your thighs. Press your knees together. Squeeze. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. Let your legs sink into the mattress like dead weight dropping into foam. Your shoulders. This is where most of us hold the most. Lift them up toward your ears. Hold and drop. Let them fall away. Feel the space between your neck and the pillow. Finally, your face. Scrunch it. Clench your teeth. Make a ridiculous expression. Hold it and release. Let your jaw go soft. Let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth. Let your forehead smooth out completely. It is physically impossible to stay stressed when your muscles are that relaxed. The third technique saved my 3 a.m. completely. This one addresses the biggest enemy of sleep, the racing mind. You lie down and your brain starts playing its greatest hits. Did I pay that bill? What did my daughter mean by that comment? Is that pain in my hip something I should worry about? You cannot tell your brain to stop thinking. That never works. It's like saying, don't think about a pink elephant. The first thing you see is a pink elephant. Instead, you give your brain something so random, so utterly boring, that your logical mind simply can't keep up. This is called cognitive shuffling. Choose a simple word. Let's use the word garden. For each letter, you think of new words starting with that letter, and you visualize each one for just a few seconds. G, a goat on a hill, chewing slowly. A, an apple round and red, rolling across a table. R, a river wide and gray. D, a dog sleeping on a porch somewhere. E, an envelope sealed sitting on a desk. N, a nest empty in a birch tree. Your logical brain, the part that worries and plans, cannot hold on to random, unconnected images. You are tricking your brain into thinking, we're thinking nonsense, we must be falling asleep. I guarantee most nights you won't make it to the end of the word. This fourth technique completely changed my evening routine, and it starts 30 minutes before you ever get into bed. If you go to bed with every tab open, every worry, every task, every unfinished thought, your brain tries to keep them active all night so you don't forget them. You need to close the tabs. About half an hour before bed, I sit in my chair by the window. I keep a simple notebook and pen on the side table, and I write down everything in my head, but in 2 columns. Column 1, what's worrying me? Column 2, my next step. Worry, I need to schedule a follow-up with my cardiologist. Next step, call the office tomorrow morning at 9. Worry, the leak in the back gutter. Next step, ask Bob next door for a contractor recommendation on Tuesday. The moment you write the next step, you give your brain permission to let the worry go. You are telling your subconscious, it is written down, we have a plan. You do not need to hold on to this while we sleep. I close the notebook, I put the pen down, and I say out loud, the office is closed for the night. The physical act of writing moves the burden from your mind to the page. It works every single time. And the 5th technique, I found this one while reading about military flight school. The U.S. Navy developed it to help pilots fall asleep in under 2 minutes, in cockpits, with noise, with high stress, before combat missions. If it works for them, it will work for us. First, relax your face completely. Soften every muscle inside your mouth. Relax your tongue. Unclench your jaw. Release the tension around your eyes. When your face is loose, it sends a signal to the rest of your body to follow. Drop your shoulders as low as they'll go. Let your hands fall to your sides, palms open. Exhale slowly and let your chest release. Then relax your legs all the way down through your feet. Now, clear your mind for 10 full seconds. Hold one of these 2 images. You are lying in a canoe on a perfectly still lake. Nothing above you but blue sky, floating, quiet. Or you are lying in a black velvet hammock in a completely dark room, surrounded by nothing but darkness. If a worry tries to enter, you simply repeat, don't think, don't think, don't think. 10 seconds. It creates a wall. And then sleep follows. Before I let you go, one more thing. It multiplies every technique I just taught you. Its temperature. To fall asleep, your core body temperature needs to drop by about 2 degrees. If your room is too warm, your body cannot start that process, and sleep simply won't come. The ideal temperature is between 65 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Here is the secret. Keep the room cool, but sleep under a warm blanket and wear warm socks. Warm feet cause your blood vessels to dilate, which helps the heat escape from your core. Your body cools from the inside while your feet stay cozy. Tom laughs at my socks every single night. I sleep like a baby. I spent 31 years keeping other people alive, and at 64, I finally started taking care of myself. Sleep was the first step. Not because it was easy, but because everything else, the energy, the strength, the joy, none of it is possible when you're exhausted. You deserve rest. Not because you've earned it, not because you've done enough, but simply because you are a human being and your body needs it. Be patient with yourself. Your body knows how to sleep. We're just helping it remember. Turn off the light, get comfortable. Good night.